Hi. So today I'm here and we're doing a little office hours session. And I forgot your name, please. What was your name again?
Alex is my name.
Alex.
Thank you.
Today we're going to help Alex get started with Wist and navigate that. And I should have wrote that name down before. But yeah, so we're here and we're going to look together at his Wist project and help him.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very
Thank you so
grateful.
much for being here.
Uh, okay.
So, why don't just start where you need some help with like
hmm
what's working and what's not working?
Okay, I'm trying to do like a web application. When you type here a country, firstly it was just in Europe, now updated and it's like in the whole world. And this one is connected with an API, a REST
Yeah.
API. And my goal is to, when I write here like Croatia,
Mhm.
here I get like all the data that I should get, and I have done this in Webflow. Now it's
By
still
the way, I
open.
love your cursor. Like your
Ah,
mouse
thank
is
you so
like
much. Thank you so
it's
much.
like pixely. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. Not sure why it's not opening my
Oh, that's Webflow. It always takes a little
Webflow.
bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like for now in this application, I'm not getting back the data I want.
Okay.
So I tried many things. I tried with like variables,
Sure.
um, and like I think the problem is in the like maybe in my request because like I now tried to return so the name, and if I write now here like Germany, I get
Yeah.
the data I need. But if I like
Yeah.
write a variable or something else, I'm not getting back the that I want.
How about you add a close quote here? Can you add a close quote here?
Sorry,
Like
what you mean about a
like
close?
you have the quotes. You have the open quote and the close
Of
quote.
course. This one.
Yes. Yes. And how about you add a space? Now,
Okay.
after the quote, add a space.
Mm-hmm.
And you add a plus.
Plus. Okay.
And you add a space.
Okay.
And you remove that garbage, like the quotes or whatever you have there. It's a little bit, it's tiny on my computer, so I can't
Mm-hmm.
see what you're doing. Yes. Actually, let me zoom in. And remove the end quote. Like the quote.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And try running this. What does it say? I.country input. Okay. So we now, if we can you expand your general tab here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just expand. I don't like that Wiz doesn't expand it anymore by default. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
now your variable v.country var, your let me don't scroll.
Yes.
Your variable v.country var, this one here, has the value of I country input. That's the value. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what you had before is you had this as text in here because everything that's in quotes
Uh-huh.
is text.
Oh
Now you
yes.
are sending slash name slash v.country blah blah to the
Mm-hmm.
API. But
Mm-hmm.
you want to send slash name slash plus and then your dynamic value Croatia to the API. You are
Uh-huh.
sending the name of your variable to the API as a
Yes, I
static
understand you.
text and not the value in it. Now we have v.country var and we send the value. Now, if we run this, we're going to see that we still don't have the country because the same issue that you made here, and there is no issue. It's a mistake. You took the wrong thing. Now we take the right thing. Now it's working. You did the same thing in your other part, but actually, you don't even need to work with variables here. You can just work with inputs. So,
I
how about you delete this one and you add this one? And now, if you run it, what do you get? Let's run this. Yeah.
oh
And we get this. And I think this is the name that your API can handle.
yes.
So now let's close this real quick. And now let's expand this here. You can run it right in here. Yeah, you can do it there too. But I would recommend first test it in Wized. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
before you go, yeah, too far. Click in here, expand this, and you run this. And I think
Wow.
you're getting your data.
Yes, I'm getting everything.
Yes,
And now I
because
have just to do this part, the
yes, and
actions.
then you can render that list from the response that you get. But this is now how you get your data because a lot of people put that in strings. They have their text here. Let me draw text and they have it here. But everything that's in the text turns into text. And if you want it outside of the text, you have to add a
Mm-hmm.
plus and then you add your variable.
Yes, I don't have like programmer background, so I don't know
I
that
don't have a
stuff.
programmer
And
background either.
but yeah, but they don't say this stuff like in the video. So this was very helpful.
I think they did not expect anybody to have that issue. I think there
Mm-hmm,
is no
mm-hmm.
no bad intent on that. I just think that they
Yes,
think
of
people knew
course,
it.
of course, of course. So perfect. And
Anything
yes,
else?
I would like to ask you how
Yeah.
what are meant the URL parameters.
Yes. So
Why we use this?
when you need to send data somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
um, you can use URL parameters when you do a GET request. For example, if you use Xano, and let me actually draw on your screen. In Xano, you're going to have your inputs like this. And you have input one,
Do you
input
want me to open
two.
Xano?
Oh, if you have Xano, that would be perfect. So let's open
Yes,
Xano.
I start to be firstly with learning Xano, and then I jumped on Wiz.
I think if you have Xano, that's a good background. And I think Xano is a very, very valuable skill to know. Beautiful. Let's go here to your instance. Uh, Here we go. Let's look at that. Okay. Why don't you go to an API endpoint real quick and let's actually do a live example. Let's create a new API. Let's go here on
Okay.
add. Let's create a new one for test purposes. And let's call this test. Yeah, beautiful. Let's actually figure out what the difference is between those. And here you go, what they do. Let's add a new endpoint. Yeah, let's make custom endpoint. Yeah, CRUD, don't use CRUD, that's garbage. And let's call this test. Let's call this test. Perfect. Let's save this. Beautiful. And now let's add an input. Let's add an input and let's add a text. And let's call this all lowercase name. If we're in the backend, it's all lowercase and underscores.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Add input. Now we just add it. And now we just create a variable in here. Let's go to add function here. They changed the UI a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in here and let's create a variable. And we can call that variable. Yeah, go and create variable. Yes. And we just call this. Yeah, we can keep this x1. That doesn't matter. X1. And x1 will have the value of the input of name, which will be the name you send it, and you save it. And the response, you go on response and you return x1. That's great. So let's save this. Beautiful. And let's publish this endpoint. Perfect. Publish. Beautiful. So now you can copy your endpoint URL and let's move back to Wist. Let's move back to Wist.
It's really fun that every time that I move the zoom, like our icons, it's the point where I have to press. So I have every time to move the zoom.
Oh yeah, I can click on your computer for you.
Okay.
But so
So
why don't we create a new API? Let's create a new request. And let's also actually we have to create a new app in Wist too, because they have that separated. So let's call this test. Let's add app, REST, and base URL. Yeah, and let's make sure this is return. And then you put this in quotes and you put the end in quotes. Yes. And what you want to do, remove everything after here. Or cut it out because we need it. We let's cut out /test1.
Ah,
Jeez.
yes, 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 yes.
Perfect. Okay. Here you go. Let me zoom in. Yeah, that looks good. Okay.
Perfect.
Yes. You want to run it just so that like yeah, that looks good. Perfect. Or actually, no. Can you remove the
Sorry.
slash?
Yes,
There
of
is a
course.
slash too much.
Yes, I wasn't
The
sure.
last slash. Yes. Yes. Now it's perfect. Now let's
Okay.
go to requests. Yes. Add a new one. Yes, you know it. Let's call this test two. And app. You're going to take your test and URL endpoint return, and then quotes. You do
It was the
return.
big T.
You have to write return in Wist. It was yeah. You write return and then quotes,
Was the
and
big
then
T?
I think it was a big T. Yes,
Okay.
and then but I think it was test one. Or can we go back to Xano? Yeah, it is test one. You can see it there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before no before the end of the quote. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Here you go. So test one, and then let's do a get. And now let's close this one. And let's try running this. Let's expand this and let's try running this. Now, if you run this, you get nothing back. But you don't get an error, but what you get back is empty. There is nothing in
Mm-hmm.
here,
Mm-hmm.
right? But now, and actually, let's go to Xano to understand a little bit more how the backend receives this. Now, if we go on request history, we can see the previous request that we sent. And it takes a little bit to load. Xano always takes like a minute
No,
to
I
really
have it.
figure out what
This one.
happened. Oh, there is one? Oh yeah, but it is not, I don't think it's showing up yet. Can you click on refresh and zoom out a little bit? Oh, no, you
Oh,
have
wait.
to, yeah,
Yes.
you and you want to scroll down? Is there a request already? Yeah. Can we click on here? Perfect. And let's go on input. This is where you see what the request contained. And you see there
Mm-hmm.
is nothing. If you click on here again, on the arrow, you see we didn't send anything because we didn't send anything. But your API, if you do a get, can also receive information. So if you go back and let's go to Wist, and you go to the URL parameter, let's add a URL parameter, and you call this name. This needs to be called like your input in Xano. If your input is
Mm-hmm.
name, you have to name this name. And the value can be, let's put Alex in there, return. And then you
Sorry.
do this in quotes. Let's add a name in here. Let's write return. And then in quotes, you just put Alex.
Okay.
Perfect. And let's close this. And let's run this again. And now it's going to say Alex because it took the input that you send it and returned you your input. Now, if you go back to Xano and you go back to request history and you refresh, it sometimes takes a little bit. Did we already got something? Yeah, we got it.
Yes.
We go in here, click in there, and we go on input, and we see that you sent the value for Alex. And this is
Mm-hmm.
something we call key value pairs. This is the key and this is the value. And this is what we send to the API. And then it can work with that data. This is for get. And this is how you, with the URL parameters, if you do a get request, this is how you can send data to a get API endpoint. Now, if this is a post API endpoint, you can use the body because in the body, you can send files. So if you have a file input in Wist, you can
Mm-hmm.
add the attribute variable that you have on the file input in there to send files. Files cannot be sent as URL parameters because they just extend like with query parameters in the API URL, while the body can send data to that API. So that's the difference. But if you do get, you use URL parameters. If you use a post, you would ideally use the body. Unless you use the Stripe API directly in Wist, they're kind of like weird and you need to send that into the URL even though it's a post. But that's just
Okay.
like an edge case.
I understand. Okay. And can you maybe say me why? Do you know
Sure.
the like weather, how you say, example from Wiz.
Yeah.
Yes, in the tutorial they get the your parameters like directly from the API,
Yes. Um,
like
in
in
this,
the
your
link
question
of the
is,
API.
yeah, you can add them in the link too, but Wist V2,
Hmm.
has like a separate section for you so that there are
Yes,
no
yes, okay,
typos.
yeah, because the video was like from the
But actually,
V1.
let's do an experiment. You want to open inspect elements?
Where?
You just double click anywhere on your screen. Like, oh, you two finger click if you use Apple. Like you
You,
inspect, like you want it, yes. And oh yeah, you gotta help me with your language a little bit.
yeah, sorry.
Uh or actually, was it English or what? Oh
Yes,
no.
should be in
Oh, it's
English.
English. Okay, perfect. Uh okay, perfect. So let's go to network tab and let's clear your network tab. You can do that right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now let's run this request here. Click on here on the play button in Wist.
Uh-huh.
Be quick because it's here you go. And you want to click on this one. You see, if you zoom in a little bit, that
Yes,
you have your Xano in here and it added the name as a parameter,
I understand. Yes,
right? You see
yeah.
this here?
Yeah,
That's
like
your
this was like in
parameter.
the example. Yes, it was like
Yes.
a question mark and then the
Yes.
URL.
And then the next one would probably be like this crazy ant thing, like this one.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
yes, yes.
yes, this is a query parameter that you add. And you can add that too. You can do that directly in the main URL, but why do your
Mm-hmm.
life complicate if Wiz does the work for you already?
I understand. And like, and why are meant then the headers? Because like
The
in,
headers are for authorization, like
yeah, okay.
authentication. You can add
So
headers.
this one, like
You
accept,
Yeah, you
accept.
don't necessarily need them because Wist is doing a lot of magic for you. Wist is adding, making sure that you send the right type automatically. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the times you only need to add in header if you have any API key or any authorization. Well, you need to keep in mind that Wist runs on your user's device. So any API keys you add in that text field are not protected and are exposed to your user. Now, Wist
Okay.
has a solution called Wist Secrets, so you can add them in the data store as secrets and then
Mm-hmm.
use like the secret variable to have it execute on their server so it doesn't expose that. But, that can make your request a little bit slower if that is something you're worried about.
Okay. Yes.
But probably with the weather API, it's free anyway, so who cares if you add
Yes.
your API key? Uh,
I understand. Perfect.
Perfect. Anything
Um,
else I can help you with?
Something on my mind. Can we try like to get here the
Sure.
country or the capital?
Of course, of course. Do you already can you go open X-ray mode in Wist?
Sorry,
Over
open?
here, X remote. It's very
Uh-huh.
quick.
Yes, yes, I already done the
Ah, okay, okay, you're fantastic. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. So why don't we let's stay in X-ray mode. Let's stay in X-ray mode.
Yes, okay.
And why don't we click on we already have the country, obviously, I think. Or let's click on country first. If you click on this here, look at that. It's already creating that for you. It's less work. And you just scroll down and set the text for the country right here.
Ah.
And the
Mm-hmm.
value, you just keep it set text. You don't, you
Yes,
already
sorry.
have done that.
Sorry, just a second. Give me sorry, a bit of dogs here and there. Okay, so like a plain text.
I mean, now I would love to see your camera, but
Yes, because I am on my terrace. Like I made a
uh,
summer office.
beautiful.
Yes. So like when would I use like a plain text and when HTML?
Now you can use set text HTML to render anything in Wist. Like it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
need to be text. You can render. a news article, or you can render a button with HTML. It's probably not the best way to do it, but you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
HTML is a very edge case. Markdown is probably something you're going to use if you build something with AI, because ChatGPT returns you those things in Markdown, and
What,
they have
how you
like
would
their
explain what is
formatting.
a markdown?
Markdown is like it's like, when you send a message in Discord, and if you add
Mm-hmm.
like star star text star star, it's going to make it bold.
Okay, yes, yes.
That's Markdown.
Okay, okay. So we leave it like a plain text.
Yeah, you can just have plain text here. Let's go to the value, and now we write return as always.
Mm-hmm.
And you made a
Just
typo in
when
return.
we write the variables, we don't write return.
Yes. And then let's go to your expand the get country value. Here you go. And now we click on yes. That's it. And no quotes, please. You have added quotes.
Sorry,
We don't do
sorry.
quotes if we do data. Data, if we put data in quotes, we just get the text. So let's run this. It's going to say Croatia. Now add the quotes back in. Let's add the quote. Let's do an experiment here. Let's add the quotes. Now run it again. What is it going to say?
Yeah, just the
So let's remove the quotes and let's run it again.
perfect,
Okay, this is what the quotes do.
perfect. So,
Beautiful.
and now I could just
Now let's go to the capital. Let's do them all right now. But like we're already on it, so why don't
can
we
I
get
I can just like copy them?
yeah. Yeah, just change the name. Yes, you do capital name, and then you map this to the capital. And now we're just going to go here and we're going to yeah, we're going to take that one and we're going to go to that and we map it to the data.
Mm-hmm. Just show where is the capital. Okay,
There you go.
Zagreb. Yes.
Beautiful. Let's close this and let's continue with the other ones.
Okay, perfect. So,
There you go. And
and
you just change the value.
I would also want to ask you, why when I in Webflow write the like this one input country and then input, why
Yeah.
now this shows like an input? It's because of the word input or
No, it's because you applied it on an element that is an HTML input. So if you applied
mm-hmm.
on a text, it recognizes that text. But if you applied on an input, because if you add an input field in Webflow, if you were to inspect that, it's going to say HTML type input. So Wiz knows,
Yes,
oh, this is an input field. So we want to add this like in the variable thing because this is where data is in. Where it would not do that if you just add it on a div block or a text block.
I understand. So
So let's map
perfect.
this one. You
Um,
just click on where you need to click on.
here are really every
Oh,
translation.
there's a lot of data.
Yes. Um, I mean, I can find
You
it
can also
later.
like what are you looking for? We're looking for languages. Why don't we go
Language.
to the data store and type language? Maybe we got it in there. Language. Maybe it's the first one. It's a Croatian.
Languages. Oh yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I was looking for it in Croatian. It's Hrvatski, and now I yes,
I think it
Croatian.
gives you that in English though. But
Mm-hmm.
perfect. We can clone it again. And now what do we need to do?
We need, I think,
Let's look
currency.
at that.
Yes.
Currencies. There you go. We change this to currencies. And we
Like
go in
now,
there.
if it's curious, do I need like to change the set text?
Why?
Um, because like when I was storing this API in the Xano database
Mhm.
in the tables, like for the population, I didn't put like text. I put the integer.
Yes, that doesn't matter because your Wist setting text for Wist is not on a data level. It just takes a text input and adds a value to it. Where in
Mm-hmm.
a database, text and strings, text and numbers are different data types, but they don't really matter on the HTML level of your front end because they just get represented in a text box anyway. Where it would be a difference if you were to do JavaScript to then do that. So that doesn't matter. Like it's still
Okay,
set text.
I understand.
Again, you can use the search bar. They improved it. It's great now.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find it.
And you have it here. Huh?
Yes, now I
Yes.
find it. Yeah,
Here you go.
perfect.
What you can also do, let's do something cool. Let's do something
Mm-hmm.
cool. Let's do, okay. Now, why don't you add like a space plus, and then you add like in quotes. No, no, let's do something even cooler. In here, in
Okay,
before
okay.
the R, let's add quotes, and end quote.
Sorry.
Like you end the quote, like the two,
Ah,
like not after this one. No, no, no. You right after the first one. End it, yes. And in the middle, you're going to make like a minus.
minus. Okay.
Yeah, just add a minus. And then after this one, after the end quote, you add no after the end quote, you add a space, and you add a plus, and you add a space. And now if you run it, what does it say? It says 0, and then you have like a minus, and then you have like a
Uh-huh.
symbol. Now you
Yes.
can do even cooler things. So if you
Mm-hmm.
actually, before the quote and the minus, add like a space. And after, yes. And then look at that.
Wow, yes. Um, do you maybe have some like a place where I can learn this stuff?
You can look at my YouTube channel. I think there are a lot of videos on that.
You also explain these things?
I think so. Yeah, I made a whole video on basic JavaScript for Wist.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yes, I think you should look into that. The title sounds very intimidating because it's JavaScript, but I think it's very fun to look into that.
Okay. Yes, I for sure will.
So if you close this now,
Mm-hmm.
here you go. It will look beautiful. And now we just have to go with the last part, the population.
Of course. So let me
We
uh
copy this. Yes, beautiful. And then we just add the population. Beautiful. And then we can, this time we use the search bar at the first time.
yes. Okay.
Here you go. And we click on the value. Actually, oh yeah, here you go. That's where we have it. Let's run this. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Let's close this.
Wait. Yes.
It's working.
Where are you from?
From California.
Like a town.
Oh, Los Angeles.
I think it's a problem in the space.
No, no. Here, let's go to step 2 why it's not working. You don't have a button. Have
Mm.
you wrapped this in a form?
No, it should work like on change.
No, 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 not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. Ah,
Not,
yes,
I don't think
yes,
anymore.
yes.
Let's
We
look
have
at this
to.
again. Let's
Mhm.
reload. This is your friend in Wist. Actually, yeah. This is your friend in Wist reloading, the most valuable feature. And now let's remove X-ray because that is like messing that up. And let's try Croatia again because that seemed to work. And it's working. Okay. So maybe you need to add United States, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It did something funny with the languages. I think maybe that APIs may be structuring
Yes. Wait,
that
let me like.
differently. Or that it's I think it's doing something random with languages here.
I know what is the problem. Uh, I think there are more languages, and
Oh,
so maybe if we put a different,
this is something that your API doesn't
yes,
structure
yes,
it,
for
and
sure,
you need
yes.
to add more logic to it. Now, there are two ways how you can do that. You can add more JavaScript in Wiz and make it a little bit more complicated, or you can connect this API on Xano and then add easier logic in Xano. So like you pre-chew that data so Wiz can easier
Mm-hmm,
work with
mm-hmm.
it. There are multiple ways
I
how you can
have
do that.
done, yes, that the first time, and then wait, German?
Oh, I think
Oh,
that
because
it
here is the
it
head
gives
of
you yes, it
like,
gives you like why don't you remove this the dot? Yeah, if you run this now, it's going to give you this like in an array. And do you have ChatGPT?
yes.
Okay. Okay, this is great. Let's copy this value first, and then let's go to ChatGPT, and then let's, because I don't know how to do that. So let's ask ChatGPT. Let's copy this one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, let's copy that one. Yeah, and let's go to our friend ChatGPT. Beautiful.
Okay.
You need to help me a little bit in case I don't understand. Does it respond in
Oh yeah.
English or
Yes,
uh
of course, of course.
okay, perfect. So let's say I have this is it an object or no. Oh yeah, you can do that too. I have this array. I think it's an array. Is it? Or is it an
Isn't it
object?
like
Can you zoom in? Because I'm here on a small MacBook.
he
Oh
have
yeah,
this
it's an object. This is an object. If it's
mhm,
like this, it's an object. If it's like this, it's
it's
an
an
array.
array.
This
Yeah.
is FinSuite logo. This is the Wist logo.
Oh
Wist
yeah.
logo is array. FinSuite logo is object.
Oh, I will now remember it for sure.
So let's say I have this object and I want to turn it into a list of countries like United States, comma, Mexico, comma, and so on. Only if there are multiple.
You mean a list of languages?
Oh yeah, it's languages. Oh yeah. Like so English, Spanish, like as an example here. I never worked with a weather country API, so
Mm-hmm. I send?
yeah. Oh, and it gives us Python. We want to say please JavaScript because Wist only uses JavaScript. Yeah.
Do you
ChatGPT.
suggest me to like start learning some of these languages?
Oh no,
Like
absolutely not. You don't need that.
mhm.
You just need ChatGPT. Um,
Okay.
that's all you need. Um, and you say, I want this like in a text list that is human readable, not like in an array list. Because right now it gives you some no, it gives it to you like that. You don't want that. Say I want it like I don't want this to be in brackets. I want this to be like as a string of multiple languages with commas separated. Like string is plain text and like you want it to be separated in
Mm-hmm.
commas.
Oh, what I'm writing now.
It doesn't really matter what you write. ChatGPT figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
you try to tell to it.
Sorry, I'm not hearing you. Our connection. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that looks good. So let's ask ChatGPT, can you make this work in one line? Because we don't want to write more than one line in JavaScript. We're no coders.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, can we make this work in one line? Here you go.
But
And let's
why he's
say,
putting this?
yeah, we don't care about that. Let's copy the first line. And I'm going to
Okay.
show you how to make that code usable. Let's copy that. And let's go to Wist. Okay, so now in Wist, we want to do a few things. Let's scroll up a little bit. Oh yeah, actually, no, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in, and then let's go back to annotation mode because I'm seeing your code very tiny.
Ah.
Okay, I'm good. Okay. Thank God I can zoom in Wist. I can zoom and zoom. Look at that. So let's remove the return.
All right.
Perfect. And let's write const. Like const. Yes. Yeah, let's add const and then we do space. Like const is like we define a value and we call this language. Let's just type language, all lowercase. And now we do, no, just language. And then we do object with a capital O, a big O. Yes. And then we do space equals. Okay. No, you added two space here. Just remove one space. Yes. And on the next line, let's do an experiment. Okay. On the next
Mm-hmm.
line, next line, like you go
Uh-huh.
here and you press enter. No.
Like
Don't
this.
put this on. No. Just remove, go
Oh,
back.
doing. Wait.
Yeah. And now you go here, click on here and do enter. Yes. And let's add another one. I like to add space because it makes it pretty. And let's write return. Okay. And then we do language object. Like we add this one in here. What now before we run, what do you think this will return?
This one.
The
So the
value in
German.
this one. Okay, let's run this. Here you go.
Yes.
So we say this thing will have the value that is in this thing. And now I want to return this thing that has the value of this thing.
Yes, it's
This
like
makes
when
it,
we do variables
yes.
here.
Yeah,
No, no, here. This
yeah,
one.
yeah. Can we go back? Because I'm zoomed in. I don't see your whole screen right
Of
now.
course,
I
sorry.
can't zoom out in annotation mode.
Wait, we were in the action
Yes, we were in the set. Yes, yes. Go in
here.
here.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
beautiful. Let me exit that. And okay, 1 second. Let me adjust my screen so I can
Sorry, I
see
messed
all
up.
the code. Don't worry. Okay, beautiful. So now let's add a next line in here, like you know that. Yes, add a few more lines. Like you can never have too many lines. Yeah, and now let's paste your ChatGPT code, and let's make this work. Okay, so first part is don't worry that the code is like blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Here, delete. Start deleting from here, and then just delete this object here. Like the no. Wrong direction. Wrong direction. Yes,
Like
yes.
from
Like
this
start
one,
here and continue till the next FinSuite logo.
the FinSuite logo also.
Yes, also the FinSuite logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're good. Okay. And now we put this one in here. Like we want this in here.
Yes, because uh, here was just the
Yes.
and
We
I was
make
thinking
that
that.
data dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't need this thing equals kill this one. Like this whole thing.
Like from the
Yes.
constant also.
Yes. And let's write return. No, we have to write return here
Uh-huh.
before that because we want to return it immediately. Return. And then let's kill this one.
Okay. We cannot return more things.
We cannot return more things unless you have like fancy if statements.
Okay,
And
yes.
let's run this.
German. So nice.
Look at that. So now let's try if it works with, I think, what country does have multiple languages?
Switzerland.
Here you go. Let's do Switzerland. I did not know that.
So I'm not sure how we write Switzerland in English. No, for sure not like that.
You want to ask ChatGPT?
Wait.
Okay. I think it's with A, France.
Oh my God.
I think it's France.
Oh my God.
Oh, you
I
did
now
not
get
prevent
I
default.
get
Okay.
now the notification that someone submit a form from Webflow.
I think it's A, France. France. No. France.
I oh my
France.
oh my
France.
God.
Here you go.
Why? But yeah, the language is French.
Probably the API only gives you their main language, but whatever we did is cool because we turned this crazy
Mm-hmm.
value and it now works in all cases.
Switzerland. Okay, I'll try with that one because I'm sure that
Okay.
they have like 3 or 4 languages. Switzerland.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
And it works.
perfect. Now I think that we have to do the same with like currency. That's the same
Oh
thing
yeah.
that we did because
Yeah.
they have the Swiss francs and the euro also. So it's the same process.
Yeah.
And what is that? This
I don't know what did you
I
do
have
that or did we do that by
no.
mistake or
Before it was not here. Uh, oh, I don't see it here. Here should be yes.
you want to reload?
Maybe it's still here.
Uh
No problem. This may be something not connected with
um maybe can you open the live site and reload the live site?
which website?
Click
The
on
like.
preview. Click on preview in West.
Mhm.
It's not,
Oh,
I
voilà.
think this is just an issue because Wist proxies your site. I think that the issue in Wist is that they like kind of like you proxying it, they mess up your CSS styles maybe a little
Mhm,
bit.
mhm.
And you have form submissions. So do you have an
Uh,
attribute on the form? A Wist attribute on the form? Can you add a Wist attribute on the form?
Here?
On not the input, on the form. Let's zoom in here.
Like here?
So you see the form here. Oh, wait a sec. You see the form here. Oh, now I can write this form here. You want to add an attribute
Mhm.
and you want to add a Wist attribute on there. You want to say Wist. No, not the oops. The name of this will be Wist. Yes, and the value you can just put form. All lowercase. Form. Yes. There you go. Beautiful. And let's make sure that we save this and that we publish this and that we can now use it in Wist.
Perfect.
It's
So
you got to go and publish. You got to go and publish. No. Here you go. Yeah. And here you go. Boom. Perfect. Let's wait a little bit and let's go back to Wist and let's make sure that we refresh. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. So now let's go in X-ray mode and let's go on our form. Let's click on the form and let me zoom in a little bit. Boom. Okay. Now we want to go on setting. And now this is where we configure the behavior for the form on event. And now type in here submit. We want to on event. No, not here. Oh, you're scrolling. Oh, yeah. On the event section, let's add submit. Yes. Here we go. And then we want to do, and this is important, prevent default.
mhm.
Because this will not submit it, so you won't get the emails. And then If you want, we can reset the form. I think you
Like
don't want that.
the prevent default like should prevent the Webflow possibility to do that.
The default, yes. Then
Mm-hmm.
you won't get the email and the user won't see thank you for submitting your form.
Okay.
And then on submit, we also want to perform your request. So you can do perform request, and then you go to the request and you run your request to get the country. Boom. So now in case the user clicks submit, that will still work. And now let's close this and let's
Right.
see if this works.
So
You may
do I
need to
have to
refresh though. You may
do
need to
I have
refresh.
to remove the like load country
Oh, you can
action?
still have it on change if you want, in case not
Mm-hmm.
everybody will may click on submit. Like this is,
Yes, 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 yes,
this
of
is
course.
nice for UX. Let's remove X-ray mode. Yeah. And now why don't we just reload? We reload as our friend in Wist. Reload. Reload. Oh,
Yes, I
go
reload that.
over here. Yes. Oh, you have to reload. Oh, that was fast.
Yes,
And we
it's
have that
working.
in here. There
Everything
you go.
works.
Beautiful. So now it's working. And this is your first web app in Wist or your second or your
It's my first working.
and your first working. There
But
you
can
go.
we?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Can we do a last thing? Just a last
Of
thing.
course. Of course.
How can we do then like now? We don't see anything. We don't see the country, capital languages and everything. And when I write Croatia, sh- it appears. Like
Right.
the also the like country, capital languages and this part.
Oh, so you want like a placeholder when there's nothing.
Um, I
Or
want like
you
to be nothing, to be transparent.
but right now or when do you want it to be transparent?
When here writes like type a country in the world, like we don't see anything here now.
Yes. And oh, you want to hide this.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, now I got you. Do you have a Wist attribute on this whole section?
I have like this info
Yeah,
country.
click on
Let's
this
see.
one. Click on this one. Let's go on setting. Yeah, here you go. And you go set visibility. Yeah,
Yes.
and you go on visible if, and you're going to write return. And let's write a little JavaScript function here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do space and let's expand your general data store here. Yeah,
All
and
right.
we want to look for the input because this is where you type in your name. This is where, your
Mm-hmm.
name is in. And then you're going to write dot length, like the length of this. Dot length. And then you do is greater. This is this thing. After a space. No, yeah, other way around. Space 0. So if it is greater than 0, if there is anything written in it, we want to show it,
Oh, I understand.
right? Or maybe
And like,
not, or maybe we can do is greater than 0. And then what we can also do, we can also do and, um, so no, we don't write and, we do two of those
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and then scroll down, get country, and then we do, oh, let's clear that, has requested. And then you scroll a little bit on the side so I can see it. Now, a little bit on this side here.
Uh-huh.
No, you go in here, move your mouse here,
Oh, sorry.
and move a little bit. Yeah, thank you. And at the end, you add a space, equals, equals, equals 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and then space, true. Okay, beautiful.
Yes,
And then
this
we
was
do on
the
close.
function that also write it on the like example of the weather, and I didn't understand this part, like why this, but now I'm getting it. It's solely Java
Perfect.
script. So
Go on
I close.
close. Now there's nothing.
Oh yeah.
Now you
Um.
have to fine tune this a little bit based on whatever you want to do. Because now if you start typing one letter, it's going to show. Like if you do,
Mm-hmm,
yeah, you see
mm-hmm.
it. So, um, you have to play a little bit with it. I would maybe look into what you could also do is yeah, you have to play with the logic. I would actually, whenever the request finishes, clear its own value, and I would work with variables. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
let's do this right now. One sec. I have to renew this conference room because I'm over my time.
Oh, sorry,
Give
really
me a
sorry.
second. No, don't worry. Let's do this right now. 1 second.
And could we like maybe a conditional?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
will
Let's do
that
this.
work?
Let's do this right now. Let me just go to the app here to renew my conference room for another 30 minutes. Meeting room. Here we go.
If you have to go, it's
No, no, no. It's just I need to pay for this room, so let me just do
ah,
that. Here we go. Actually, I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. Let me just give me a second.
there's no problem.
Here we go. Let's go to Wi-Fi. Uh, in the meantime, let's create a variable called show. This is room D. Let's go to room D and another 30 minutes and it's booked.
Really
Here we
sorry,
go.
some crazy shit is happening here. I live in the center of the city, and a girl is screaming on someone, so I'm checking if it's everything all right.
Okay, of course, of course. Do what you have to do. 1 second here.
I think no
Oh,
one is hurt.
it's all good?
Yes, it's all good.
Okay, okay, beautiful. Perfect, perfect. That's good. Okay, so I have another hour. Here we go. Let's continue. And
Okay.
let's start the main value. Let's write return,
Mm-hmm.
return, and let's make this false.
Sorry?
False, like uh yeah, false. Like false.
Ah, false. Okay.
Yes.
Like this?
Let me zoom in with A.
Ah, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Now, if it turns blue, that's how you know
Mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm,
right.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's remove the space and unlike the space after this. Yeah, beautiful. And let's close this. Here you go. You can do that right here.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, Zoom has to add a feature where I can zoom in while annotating. That would be great.
Ah,
Let me zoom in a little bit.
I can zoom for you. Just say
No, 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 you don't have to zoom. I'll zoom for you. Okay, now I'm on the perfect zoom level. Beautiful.
all
And now
right.
we got this show. Let's reload because right now this variable is dead. It's saying null. If you reload, it's going to say false. Look at
Mm-hmm.
that. So now go back to X-ray and actually notice removed it. So let's actually exit X-ray and let's go back to the action where we set like the visibility
All
to the actions for the
right.
visibility.
Um,
Yeah. Welcome to Wist. Sometimes it's an issue finding your actions.
yes,
It's this is the form
they're
one.
like,
Yes,
I
they're
think so.
everywhere.
Is this one?
No, it's another one.
No, currency load population.
This is me
Yeah,
every
okay.
time logging into
Okay,
something
I
I built
find it.
in Wist.
I find it.
Perfect. So let's go on
Like
your.
they are sort of like like no, they're sort of
They need like little
by
icons.
letters, but like upside down. Here's the
Yeah,
C,
yeah, yeah,
F.
I don't like. Yeah, and shouldn't it start from the top to the?
Yes, a bit
I had my
strange.
actions name in Wist like 1, 2, 3. Now
Uh-huh,
it's like
uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes,
5.
it's everything upside down. Yes.
It's
Okay,
fun.
sorry.
Uh, This is exciting. So
So I
let's
remove this one.
no, keep it, keep it. Stop. Scroll
Hmm?
down a little bit. Here you go. And you go in here and kill everything. Not the return. In Wiz, you always need the return. And you do v.show does not equal true. So you do space, exclamation point, equals, equals.
Oh, why the ex why this?
Because that's how JavaScript works. I don't know. You
Uh-huh.
have to ask the inventor of JavaScript.
I understand. But what is the difference? Why before we have just the three, like three,
The
um,
the three is if one is one, and
okay.
the other one are like technically three, and
Hmm.
this one is if two is not
Oh, okay,
one,
okay, 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 okay. I get it.
right? Because it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So if you run it, it should be
True.
true. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think it should be false because if you expand it, we're going to see it, right? Can you remove it? We're going to see. Oh, yeah, we're going to see them. Actually, go back here and cut this out. Because if this is false, this is going to be false too. And if this is false, it's going to hide it.
But
So,
if is this is like we did the value of false to this, and
yeah,
if this means
yeah,
like
but we make it true right now. This is what's going to show it. So actually cut this out
okay,
and just remove the space. You're always gonna
sorry,
unlike those
sorry.
spaces. Yes. Let's run this. It's going to say false. Now let's close this. And now
Mm-hmm.
it's saving. So now we want to change this based on some things. So let's close this. So whenever an API call is made, so let's add a new action here. And let's call this API call finished. Okay. And let's go to type. And it's going to be an event-based action, not element, event, because, and then you do trigger request finishes. And we're going to click on get country. We don't need to make it conditional. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and let's do actions. And let's go on section and on action. And let's do set variable. We do a set variable here. And now we select our variable. That's the show one.
Yes.
And we make this true. Return true. Beautiful. Okay. So now when this is true, I want to, and this is a good point. Okay, let's think about this.
I
Um,
understand it. Yes.
the
When this.
API call
Mm-hmm.
finished, and now we're going to show it. But if you clear the value field, so meaning if the value field is
Mm-hmm.
0,
It should hide.
we want to clear it. So we want to set it back to false.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a good, okay, let's do this. Let's try if this works. Let's do this in intervals. So let's reload and let's figure out the logic together. Let's reload. Beautiful. And let's type a country here. Let's type Croatia. And
Okay.
now we
This.
get it. And now if
This.
we clear it,
I think we should also
it's
get it.
still
No.
here. So
Oh
we
yes.
clear this one. So let's add another action. Let's do a condition-based action.
Okay.
Let's add a new one and let's call this if empty set variable to false.
A very long name. Okay.
Okay. And let's clear my doodles
Also
here.
event.
It's event, yes, because you're looking for any event to occur on the page,
Mm-hmm.
and we do custom condition. This is cool because you can just write JavaScript. Let's go to the condition here, boom, and let's write return,
All right.
yes, space, and now we're going to look for the country input dot length
Mm-hmm.
equals 0. 3 times equals 3 times.
It's true.
Yes, and then it should clear it. And let's go to your action. Let's here, and let's go to set variable. Let's go to your show variable. No, you got to select your show variable first here,
Yes.
and then you go to show, and then you go to value. In the value, you write return false. And let's run this. Let's close this. So let's try this out. Let's refresh, re-render the page.
Why here write true?
Because this is true. The
Oh,
length
because yes,
is 0.
it's 0. Mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
So let's close this and let's reload. Yeah. And let's write Croatia.
We get it.
And let's clear Croatia.
Ta-da! I think like we have
You
still.
can even make it better if you do on change. If you look for on change and add a custom condition equals 0, it will be a smoother experience. But I think what we already made gives you enough to run with.
Yes.
Like, this is just a test project. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be very good.
Like you mean because look, now I get everything, and when I cancel, it's not. But when I like
Yeah, you can make it
add,
so it like nicely
it
transitions.
remains like. But can I remain? Can I put that like remains hidden this part because now we are getting it back.
Yes. We would need to let's actually let's go to our logic back.
Mm-hmm.
So when does the error occur? Can we type something in again and try to reproduce it?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's do Croatia, and we get that. So now when does the error occur?
Now it comes, and when I like ask, it's again here, but without the values.
Mm, okay. So let's look at our variable. What is our variable saying right now? Can we go back to variables?
This one or this one?
Can we run this function? It's true. So it should set the variable to false. So it should make it hidden.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, that code is not firing though, or it doesn't seem to be. Can you close it? Because we still have it. So can we go to our variables, like to our variable, to our data store? Yes, this is true. So for some reason, oh, you're at
Maybe
the
we
wrong
have
one.
to.
You're at the wrong one.
Sorry. Maybe if
No,
we like
that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
store it, okay.
Yeah, because this is just storing that. So right now we want this to be false. So our fallback is not fully working. So I suggest we do a different thing. Let's go back to Wized.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. And let's go to the actions. And let's delete the action where we have the custom condition.
Uh, this one, maybe I call finish.
No, the other one where we have the custom condition, the event action. Yes, this one. Delete this one. Perfect. And let's go to your input field here. Let's go on X-ray. You can go on X-ray simply. And then you click on the input field. Yes, beautiful. And let's add another action to this. Like just scroll down, and add another one. And let's do on event change.
Like this?
And then, yes, change. And I want to make this conditional. So we can add a condition later on. Let's do return. No, you don't need this. No, remove this. Return false. So we reset it so it hides it. And then I want to make this conditional. Let's click on condition. And let's go to look at the condition, return. And then I'm going to look for this one, i.country input. To then do equal dot length. Yes, dot length. Yes. If you run this, it should say true. It does. And it should clear this now on change. So it's a smoother experience. Let's see. You want to type in a country? I think actually you did a mistake. Can you go back? Because there was something not done. Can you click on this one here?
Sorry.
Scroll down.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
does it say draft? Oh, we didn't. Okay, let's go close. And let's reload.
Refresh.
Yes. Let's type in your country. Let's remove your country. Huh. Because we triggered the API call. Let's go back to the thing when the API is finished.
Okay.
Because the thing is, think of it like this. I think because we on change, think of it like this. On change on this field, we call the API, right? And then if we call it, we say show this. But we call it with an empty value, so we show it without having the country in it. So
we have to do some conditional here.
We have to make this conditional and only set this to true if the length is greater than 0. So you write return, you go to the country input, and you do dot length is greater than 0.
No, wait, I missed.
You don't need to type it, just click on it. Yes. Dot length is greater than 0, which is greater. That is, yes, this one. It's greater than 0.
False. Yes.
Perfect. And let's close this. Okay, let's go back. Let's see why it doesn't work. Have you refreshed?
I like this going back.
Let's try refreshing. Did you refresh?
I think so, but let me check.
Okay. Can you click on here?
Yeah, I refreshed.
Okay.
Another time. Croatia.
Okay.
No.
Let's go back to your API thing and let's figure out why it doesn't work.
Okay.
Request finishes. Okay. Set variable show to true. Can we click on here? And can we run this? It should be true.
No, it's false.
But it's false.
Because like it's empty.
This one is not empty. There's something in here.
Oh, yes.
So let's see. Maybe we have a typo or something.
Input.
Let's kill this. Let's do step by step. Let's click on here.
With a space, yes.
Click on here. Okay. And let's return this. Let's run this. Don't do anything yet. We get Croatia. Okay. Let's do dot length.
I write it by my.
Click on here. Run this again. It's going to say 7. Okay.
So the length it's meant like by the letters. How much letters it?
Yeah, doesn't matter. We just see the length right now. And now since we got the length, let's add a space. Because now we know this here represents 7, right? This represents 7. And because you're in Europe, I just made the European 7 for you. This is the real 7. Um, and you do is greater than 0. And this should now work. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes,
think
I
that
did
was somewhere a
something
typo.
before. I write it like by myself, so I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the
Just
problem
always use
was there.
autocorrect.
Hmm.
There you go. And you delete it.
Perfect.
It's working.
Oh, yes.
I mean, does it also work with Croatia?
Oh, maybe it's the moment of the truth. Croatia. Oh, oba.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's working.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Is there
It
anything
was
else I can help you with?
um at the moment I'm very happy with I learned today. Uh, I would like to in some weeks when I learn now I have the basics. So when I learn um more things, so we maybe have another small project
Of
together. So
course. Of course, all the time.
it was very great. Thank you so much. It was
You're
really
most
a good
welcome.
experience, and I'm so happy. This is
Thank
just
you
the
so
start,
much.
and I'm sure that with the things I learned today, I can do much stuff already, but it will just be even more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. You learned now a very valuable skill that will shape the path of the career or the business that you're doing. And I think the beautiful thing about that is you learn something and that can change your whole life. And I think this is one of those things that once you learned it, that it can change your whole life to the best. And I think
Yes.
and it's very nice to see that you're right now in it.
Thank
And
you
you
so
have that
much. It
skill,
was
you
really
did
a
take the first step,
pleasure.
and now you know it, and nobody can take that knowledge away from you. And that's so, so valuable.
Of course. Really, thank you. This was so nice experience.
Thank you so much for being here and for being willing to learn a new thing. That makes me really happy to see that people are out there that want to learn new things, and I'm happy that I can help.
Yes, you're doing really a great job. I was not expecting, like I already before was learning with your videos, and then when I write it in the Wiz group, you are the last person I think to respond to me and say, of course I could help you.
Of course. I mean, why not?
This was such a great, valuable thing.
Thank you so much. If you need anything, if you need help with anything, if you ever want to talk again, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. You'll have my information on Discord. Feel free to text me all the time, and I'm always happy to help. And I'm happy to see you uh go in this direction and build a lot of exciting stuff that will make a lot of people very happy.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
really.
much too. I really appreciate that.
And
And to everyone watching, I hope that you also learned a lot from that. I think this is great. I think this will help every beginner get started because the
mhm,
things that you couldn't figure out, everybody doesn't figure them out. And I think it's very helpful not just to see me tell you do this, do this, do this, but also have
mhm.
someone do it the way others beginners would do it. And then I say, no, 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 the quotes.
Yes, the quotes were the biggest problem.
I mean, I had that too when I started with,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
yeah, now it's just like I can do it asleep.
Yes, I really am willing to learn more and maybe one day know at 30% of what you know and
If you only know 30% of what I know, I made a horrible job. You should be knowing more
ah,
than what I know.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome. I really appreciate that. And I know it's late with you, so I don't want to take much more of your time.
No, thank you for your time. You also extended your room, if I understand well. Here is 2 a. It's close to 2 a.m., but trust me, this is not anything valuable for me more than what I have learned today with you.
This is a very big compliment. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That means a lot. And I'm happy that I could help you. And I wish you all the best. If you need anything, let me know. And yeah, to everybody who watched that, also thank you so much for sticking around with us 1.5 hours. I really appreciate that. And I hope that also you learned something very valuable. And now I'm going to end the video for the people watching, but I'm going to talk with you a little bit after recording. So bye bye to everyone watching, and you please stay on here.
Goodbye.
Let's go here and stop the recording. Okay, here we go.